Alright, welcome back everybody to the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. This is probably going to be the second last episode that we do. And
yeah, if all goes well.
yeah, I might have to lower the volume of this a little bit. Let me see.
I think I've got to lower the volume a little bit in Discord screen share. There we go.
I don't know if I can even, it's just music on.
No slider. So.
Let me check it in like audio settings. Volume mixer. There we go. That should be fine. And I can turn you up a bit. Okay. So we were in court last time and pretty much we've done everything with the investigation, so now it's just court to the end.
Yeah.
So last time we did this, we did the summation examination and we're still in the middle of it. Okay, oh yeah, it was this.
And we were going to, I think we were going to try and pit some of the jurors against each other.
Yeah.
We already pitted him and the maid against each other.
Yeah. I think we have to press her and then the other guy is gonna interject.
Yeah. Yeah, him and his
the cross-eyed guy.
Did we do this already?
Yeah, but
yeah, we did.
I'm trying to go back to that point where he was interjecting.
Right. I love eating fiber optic cables. When was this? Oh yeah. There it is. Okay. Oh yeah, he reacts.
Excuse me.
When you're obviously fuming.
Fuming.
You already read this. That's why we're not reading it this time. What a character. God. Alright, let's see.
Doesn't know chat.
He doesn't know.
Oh yeah, we had to
Yeah, we didn't have that second print next time.
Yeah, no, we do.
Let's see. Yeah,
okay,
these two.
Take that!
Oh yeah, I remember the vase, or not the vase, the lamp I think was broken.
Yeah.
Take that!
Okay, and this is new. Alright, these two prints were both taken with the same camera at Windenbanks on the night in question. Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer, do you know how stereoscopic images work? That's not his voice, I think so.
Something like that.
Do you understand the principle? Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the positions of some objects. Then when your brain merges the two images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were a depth. Yes, exactly!
Sorry, hold on.
One sec. I'll pause it and resume. Okay.
She sounds something like, "It
It's that small shift between certain objects in the two pictures. It's really important.
Yeah. Oh god, my thing was focused on the OBS window and just kept pausing and unpausing. Okay.
Oh.
So what happens if you use two photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene three-dimensionally anyway.
The way she turned was so robotic.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Now I see.
Ah, I think the young girl has discovered the secret.
What secret? Oh my god.
I have.
Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me?
No.
Have another look at these two pictures from Homesey's camera, Ryu. Go on.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that there's a really obvious difference between them?
Of course there is. There are two people in the first and no people in the second.
Wow, epic fail.
Well, yes, you can see that straight away, but now try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions.
Alright, I'll give it a try. Okay, So to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the two pictures overlap exactly. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle.
Is he trying to give a tutorial to the people playing the game?
Yeah. Wait.
This would work so much better on the 3DS.
Yeah.
Well, did you manage to see it properly, Ryu?
Sure. Ah!
We'll just pretend.
What's going on with these two pictures?
It's Nipponese magic.
Some of the things on the counter sort of jump out at you.
Oh, it's kind of like Magic Eye pictures. Actually, I think that's the same principle. The picture. No,
yes, that's it, you see.
They covered up Veridman Zeke's face so you can't see him going cross-eyed.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I wanted to see.
That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes. Other amazing power? Is someone going to explain this black magic, eh?
Someone is gonna blame the Japanese.
Why the deuce do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that, hmm? I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of stereoscope, you'll answer your own question.
Basic principles of the stereoscope?
As I said before,
He's like a YouTuber.
if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see pictures three-dimensionally. In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures, it shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. I actually tried to do it myself.
Easier when the screen is smaller, I found.
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, they're like popping out.
Yeah.
Yes, there must have been.
She's so short.
Yeah. Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. Why the devil does this shift between the two prints exist in the first place?
What we're trying to find out.
Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master.
No, he's
What?
not.
Me? I haven't the first idea.
You know, Ryu, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1:00 AM. Then, 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means...
That means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Snookers! What is that word? Someone
I don't
tampered...
know. New information. Stop. Not mentioning testimony so far.
Yes. I've had to go around in circles a little here. it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. Are we just gonna...
Susato!
We're just gonna
27.
blame the brothers?
Yeah, we saved just in case, you know.
Yeah.
But it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, either that or...
Or Susato, of course.
I feel like if we said it was him, then that would kind of nullify everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Take that! It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Tin Pillar brothers. Wait. This does not agree with what brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not
really?
even have time to pull dukes from a lucky locket. Lucy lockets.
No, it's funny or mispronounced. It makes it fits.
Yeah. My phrase book says dukes is meaning hands and Lucy lockets meaning pockets.
That's an impressive phrase book. I didn't even know what that meant.
But is this another lie? Is this what you were saying? Yes, I'm afraid so. Now hold there a minute. You can't be sure of that.
I quite agree. The accused is a common pick purse, after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal.
I think that's unlikely. And why exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windibank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interests lie within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Tin Pillar brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony.
This is new music.
Yeah.
But the accused is a pick purse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here?
Because the Tin Pillar brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact, or worse than a pick purse.
It's like, oh shit, good point.
I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter last night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by the two thieves? Well said. I for one would like to hear more from that shady pair.
Oh, here we go. Oh my god.
Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings, you'll find their extraordinary potential firsthand. He's just happy to be here.
Oh, here we go.
Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Mass purchase at the trial. Stop. Will return home via Regent Street. Stop.
We just need 2 more.
Yeah,
But
just
it's not
one
gonna
more.
be that simple, is it?
We need one more.
Oh, okay.
We need it to be in the majority.
Yeah.
Well, it will seem that this trial has yet run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby
Mighty
call this
fire hazard.
examination to conclusion with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus, and I order this trial to continue.
Yay! Well done! Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this for you. You never know when it might come in useful.
Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright.
This is Ace Attorney we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Lord Van Zieks, You will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. But I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent.
Okay.
What a way to phrase that.
He continued.
Wow,
Damn,
okay.
really?
We stopped at a bad time. Alright.
Well, we can keep going, obviously.
Yeah. Only 15 minutes so far. He's leaning so far. Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand. I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination.
Oh yeah, Governor.
I did. Mr. and Mr. Tinpillar. God blimey! This is going to be hard work.
You haven't seen the band setting animation
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. Early in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks.
Well, it was bedlam soon as, weren't it?
It was, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me, took some loose lockets. However, that was a lie. You brothers. Blimey. On the night in question, you rifled for the items on the victim's counter.
We never done nothing of the sort.
Oh, you go out. You will now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question, and this time, you will tell the truth. Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment.
Man. Okay.
And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. His fucking cheeks. A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say no more, Gavi, here ya.
One blood, one squeak, one pit. I just love how they just made fucking these characters.
Yes.
Alright, we did knock a few things over, but they weren't ruffling for nothing.
Just when we heard the gunshots, made us both jump and all that stuff went flying.
Uh-huh.
Nummy didn't have give me a half a fright. We was thinking they should have come out of the door and get us next.
Fucking swing back where we found it and scabbered. Straight in him in the black.
We couldn't have shut the pawnbroker, so we never had a chance, did we?
So you admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Windibank's countertop on the night in question.
Well, not ransack, Governor, no.
That's right, Nabby, that's right. It's more like we tied it up, yeah.
Why?
When he's not buying it. Woof, sorry. By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess.
The way you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all.
We don't, Nabby, we don't. Can we make us sound a bit more cutthroat?
No.
It can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Windibanks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. I'm sure of it. I'm not sure exactly what we're meant to do here, but we'll see.
Just press them on everything. Something will come out.
Yeah.
Hold it!
If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place?
Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we?
Wait, maybe we ain't. Wait, we do something like that, you would think we were up to no good.
Well said, telling me, old China. We'd only land ourselves in even more trouble.
And in fact now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble.
That's rotten luck.
It's just a rotten apple eater. Witnesses, explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter?
We never ransacked nothing.
Right, to be right, it's more like I tidied the place up.
Why would you do that?
Ugh, sorry.
Yeah, they went flying, huh? They just managed to perfectly put it back away, just slightly shifting all of their positions.
Yeah, totally.
So what you're saying
Totally
is,
coincidental.
the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much, you knocked all those things off the counter.
Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. This bag of theirs needs to learn to keep his shirt on.
Jeez.
Look, it was loud, right? Blimey, me dead granny would have looking up at that thing.
Big bruv here screamed like a bloomin' baby and fell over on the counter. He knocked over about a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
That got tangled in some marionette. What knocked over a picture frame? What knocked over them scales on the floor?
You've really mastered working quietly then.
Was a racket, me granny would have been scared back into her grave at a clatter like that.
So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise.
And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse. And then all of a sudden, bam!
Tobias just reacted.
Yeah. Excuse me! What a reaction.
He eaten.
Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add?
Like I kept saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels.
No, something to add about their testimony. You seem to react just now at what Mr. Templar said. Did it make you think of something?
It's probably nothing, of course. I won't even bother to mention it, only. Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
How about you just tell us what's on your mind? Yeah, for real.
As you know, brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night. And the statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they've been saying now.
Did it?
You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Might have last ring a bell now that you mentioned it. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas?
If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them.
Easy, easy.
I did it right this time.
That's it. Yup. It's all coming back to me now.
Uh-huh.
I hate how you can see straight into his jaw. Then speak.
Yeah.
Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs.
Right, sure.
Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun." What?
Uh-huh.
So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously?
We did, Gov, we did.
Although I suppose if you're being honest, we heard a kind of wavering voice before the yelling, no? If you don't want to get shot.
If you want to get shot.
Yeah.
Give me that gun!
Bam!
Nice reenactment.
Kind of thing.
Career in acting tragically missed. And where the voice is coming from? Could you tell?
Of course we could. From the other side of that door behind the counter it was.
From the storeroom where the victim was found dead? Wait, what? And the voice you heard, it was of the victim, Mr. Windenbank?
On my granny's life. Of course it was.
On this granny's life, of course it was.
He doesn't have a grandma to swear on, he just
Yeah.
has that guy's grandma.
So that would mean that you both knew Mr. Windenbank and the sound of his voice.
Hey, so that would mean what?
Eat. God.
What? I mean, what? Any ideas?
Yes, counsel, indeed it would. No, we didn't know the geezer.
But we're supposed to deny it. I had a bloke in all the fancy clubbers giving us the evil eye.
If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true.
Jesus.
On my granny's life it is.
On this granny's life, it must be.
It's a good job his granny's dead. To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them all over the shop floor.
They make it sound like we're clumsy.
Uh-huh.
Don't forget we tied up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it. A bloke what owned the place was holding a gun, so you have to fight a gun. Should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl.
He didn't even have the gun.
Hold it!
What the hell?
Maybe,
You're saying that Mr. Winneback had a gun in his hands?
Oh yeah, I bet that was a sight, eh? Them two waving their guns at each other must have got pretty heated. I mean, just before he shouted out, we heard the old geezer say, if you don't want to get shot.
It's sort of like he meant it, mind. More like an empty threat, you could say.
Mr. Winneback was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. I think we should just present a revolver and say there was only one. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. His own.
even his own.
That's someone being himself, of course.
Yeah.
Good grief, extraordinary devotion indeed, if alarmingly misguided.
Well, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. Cook this goose proper.
If you wish to squeeze the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, give me that gun.
And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot.
It's more or less the same time, Gov. Give me that gun!
Bang! Kind of thing.
I love how they look and
Yeah.
turn around for approval.
Yes, a career in acting very tragically missed.
And we heard the sound of someone hitting the deck. For everything went dead quiet.
After that was done, the ship slapdash tidying the place up.
Yes, there's 3 more statements to do. I
Yeah.
might try to present the gun. If that's the right thing to do at this point. He was holding the gun. Okay.
Objection!
Okay.
Yeah, that's not it.
Maybe I'm being too quick with
A bit
this.
hasty. Yeah.
I'll try the picture as well. Because that's more directly contradictory, maybe.
Objection!
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Let me reload, Your Honor. 1 second. I feel like either one of these could have worked, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Pistol. Not the pistol, the photo.
Objection!
You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windemank, was wielding a gun, is that correct?
That's it, Gov, you got the picture?
Yes, Remy, yes, no question.
No question. And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Winterbeck was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection!
Oh god.
God. You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more?
Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. You're chronologically severely lacking, counsel.
Wait, was that wrong?
Yeah, that's
Were we
right.
supposed to present it?
Too right, Remy, too right. The old geezer could have been able to turn the tables on a girl, eh?
Hardly likely.
No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence.
Ugh. There's only one gun.
Continue with the cross-examination, counsel, and heed my warning, witnesses.
Wow, that's strange.
A tin pillar's never skunking.
Uh-huh. That was weird.
Yeah, it was like, didn't penalize us, but it was not right. Okay, let's keep going then. So, you didn't try to open the storeroom then?
Not on your life.
Oh, it's our life now, is it?
It was definitely quiet after that. It did put the wind right up on me. Right up me.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, the door was locked, wasn't it? No way that was opening.
Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe.
It was, Gov, with us, from the inside.
Right, so we had no way of knowing what was going on in there, did we?
You did. Unless there was some other way to get a view of the inside the storeroom. Like through the keyhole or a spy hole, perhaps.
Don't ring no bells, don't light no lights.
Uh-huh.
Like we cut and run before we noticed anything like that.
We're still cutting our teeth in this game, see? But one day, we'll really cut the mustard.
Gregson
Please.
just standing there.
Please cut it out. But as we know that behind that door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away. Yes, unfortunately. Gina was in there, unconscious, with the gun in her hand. To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside the storeroom?
That's right, Gov, that's right.
Good enough, even if we wanted to.
I'm sorry that you don't have anything to say most of this.
Yeah, that's alright. It's fine, actually.
Yeah. Yes. Whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, yeah, we was a bit hasty there.
It was, Remy,
Say
was.
that.
Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when that lot turned up.
Oh, that's a weird pose.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a sec. Sorry, someone was outside, I think.
If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loaded gun in your hand.
Good advice, miss. Good advice.
Wow, why didn't I think of that before?
The truth be told, me mind went totally blank.
Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand.
The mental note made miss.
After that, we left it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or somewhat, so we clapped the so they clapped the derbies on us like wanking.
This is like Australia tier slang.
And after you'd been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct?
Well, yeah.
But
Listen, that proves it, done it?
hey, what?
Yeah?
We can have shot the pawnbrokers. See, we never had the chance to. Wait, what?
Hmm.
And why should we believe that?
Hey, what? Well, cause it's true, isn't it?
Sources, dude, trust me.
The place was totally empty when we went in.
At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom, having been forced open the door by the accused who had a gun to his hand. Had a gun to his head. Okay. In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery, Mr. Windenbank. Correct?
You've got it, mister.
Don't do. Oh. You've got it, mister.
Down to a T.
I keep confusing their names.
Yeah, I do too.
So the Templar brothers never actually encountered Mr. Windenbank? If that really is true. Is that really true, I wonder? That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony?
What is it, Ryu? You look very fierce. I can pour you some herbal tea if you're tired.
Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you probably laugh. But I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something important. It's nothing more than a feeling, though. I have no proof to support it.
Or do we?
Well, feelings can be very logical at times.
Sorry?
People's expressions, the movement of their eyes, the words they choose. You can take all that in and your brain will quietly analyze it to come up with a feeling like you described. You've concluded there's something suspicious about this testimony without knowing why, that's all. I think you should trust your instincts.
Iris, thank you. Sometimes I think if she's 10 years old, I must be 5.
I can smell wood smoke outside. I'm just wondering who is having a fire when it's like...
Yeah,
Well, it was 30 degrees. It'll be now like 20s.
yeah, it's safe. Let me see what I have again.
You know, one thing I did notice? He said they knocked over like a skull or something, but the skull wasn't something that was moved. You can see when we were doing the the picture overlaying, the skull and like the stack of books and stuff was like the only thing that didn't get moved.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use the thing Iris gave you to view it? Yeah, that thing.
I
I
can't,
don't know.
wow.
I guess we can't use it. That why'd she give it to us if we can't use it?
Huh.
Either way, though, I remember this distinctly. The skull was like the one thing that didn't move. But they said. Where did they say it? I swear to God, they said it.
Also, what I don't get is they say that they saw him holding a gun, and later they say they didn't see him at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said he's holding a gun. Yeah. What? Did we press them already on this one?
I even presented to this, I think. And they were like, no, this is not conclusive evidence, fuck you.
You're not at the required, like, checkpoint in the case yet.
Yeah. I feel like this is the one we need to present to, because this is the one where they say that they saw him.
They don't say that they saw him, but they did
Let's
say
try to
he was holding a gun.
I'll try to
even
present
though...
the photo again this time, because now that
Right.
because I
now
pressed
that
them
we-
later after this that they said that they never saw him at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can press them now.
So let's see.
Music
Maybe,
stopped.
yeah. Well, it stopped before then as well.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is new.
And-
Maybe?
No, this is still the same dialogue.
Okay.
Clearly shows.
Objection!
Yeah, this is still the same.
Hmm.
Come on, dude.
Is this like gonna be the same situation as like case 3 where like we had to like press the statements in the specific order to get what's his name to react? Some epic
Yeah, I'm not sure.
gaslighting moments.
Okay. But they said they didn't see him. Why won't you just say that? Oh my god.
We press them on this, like, can we press them again?
Oh yeah, that's good thinking.
Hold it!
Will it give us new dialogue if we press them this time?
Had a gun in his hands. Oh yeah, and he did react at some point. Yeah, this was the same.
We do a little gaslighting.
Nothing, okay. Or the voice yelling out, "Give me that gun."
Hold it!
I'll try this again as well. Is there anything where they say they didn't see him? God, okay.
So they've never seen him, but they know what he sounds like.
Yeah, it is.
Any ideas?
I'm not sure. Like, I know what's the problem here, but I don't know how to...
We don't know
get
what
there.
specifically we gotta do. Yeah.
You heard the gunshot, causing it to stumble and upset the items on the counter, carrying them over the shop floor.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, is there anything to note about the other picture? I mean, the lamp is broken as well.
They did also, I'm pretty sure that's the marionette sitting next to the pile of stuff, and they said they got tangled up in that, but it didn't get moved.
Back where we found it and then scapered straight into him in the black. Yeah, let's try to present the
Who is
second
him
photo.
in the black? They're not referring to Sherlock by him in the black, are they?
I think they're referring to us.
Hold it!
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the same.
Yeah, we've gone through this.
I'll try to present the second image to show that the lamp was broken. I don't know what that would prove, but I don't really have a clue.
Objection!
Yeah, it's a little...
No. Okay.
Not that one.
Wow.
Drink.
Okay. Try the first picture as well. If it doesn't work, then...
Objection!
Yeah, okay.
No, not that one either.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to look up like a walkthrough or something for this part? Because like we know what we're meant to do.
Yeah, you can
But the game
probably
is
look it up.
just
Objection!
okay. Oh god. It's like
It's probably something...
this is case 6, isn't it?
Case 5, yeah.
Case 5, right? We don't have 6 cases. God.
Objection!
Oh, my Firefox is having a memory leak.
Oh,
Something, I don't know what.
damn.
I'm having an annoying issue with Firefox recently where it'll sometimes just lag really hard.
Mm-hmm. Try the first statement and where he reacted.
Hold it!
Oh, Firefox is not responding.
Hmm.
Should we cut this part out of the stream?
I could pause it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'll
gonna
pause.
take statement 3.
Okay, I unpaused.
Yep.
Yeah, so statement, it was this statement, but,
We were on the right track, we just didn't have the right evidence. We just didn't know what evidence to present.
It's
Yeah,
dumb
this
that
one.
they just, like, take you back to the testimony instead of letting you elaborate further, like when you've done this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this makes it feel like this is just a pointless addition, and it is, but you need to present this, I think.
You have to do it. Yes.
He was shot in the back, and this contradicts that he was holding a gun, somehow.
Mhm.
Objection!
So you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Winterbank, was wielding a gun, is that correct?
That's it, Gov, you've got the picture.
Yes, Nemi, he has no question.
It's the same
Story. And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Winterbank was not holding a firearm of any description. How is this different? What?
Gordon Bennett, that ain't right.
Objection!
Gordon Bennett in the flesh.
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Winterbank's gun was found at the scene. Also, this is kinda dumb. That they stop
Yeah.
you because you evidence that use evidence that incriminates the defendant, even though that's not where you're
Yeah.
going. Like
Yeah.
you've had to do this so many times in Ace Attorney, and it just
It's a bit stupid, isn't it?
and what it ends up happening is he just yells objection and says actually, this is my
I'm
point.
actually sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you elaborate, but this one time, for some reason, they just didn't let you. I don't know.
A little trolling.
Yeah. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hand. Accused's hand. Oh my god.
Yeah, that Moltool used the victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me that gun.
Bam! Kind of thing.
Hold it!
Hold it. Stay exactly where you are, right there. Herb? If the crime had taken place as you've so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out. Goodness, are you sure, counsel? You intrigue me, my learned friend, but let's see some evidence to support your claim.
Oh no, basic logic, our worst enemy.
And then the autopsy
gotta
report.
present- Yeah. Either that or the picture of her
Yeah.
pointing at him, I think.
Where's the autopsy report? Okay. See, this is what I mean, like, you present the picture of Ginabi first, then this whole string of messages happens, and then you present the photograph from the back here. Like, that would make sense, I think.
Yeah.
Take that!
According to
Just
their
makes sense.
testimony, yeah, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of, "Give me that gun," followed by a gunshot. Indeed, with the two events happening almost simultaneously, or so you've been led to believe. Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, that would mean that at the moment of the death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. Ah! It's weird that didn't say which one said that. Maybe it was both of them, but I can't do both voices at once.
That would be impossible, yeah.
As I stated before, there's an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. Tin Pillar. You just say Tin Pillar Bro. You just say Tin Pillar Bros.
But it's the God's honest truth.
Uh-huh.
It is, Lemmy, it is. When he was shot that night.
The shopkeeper had a gun in his hand. We saw with our own bleeding eyes.
But you said you didn't see him.
Did I hear you just now? You actually saw Mr. Winterbank holding a gun?
Something like that might have slipped out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to be contrary to the testimony to the contrary, the Tin Pillar brothers must have encountered the victim in person.
Lemmy, yeah!
That's good.
God.
Order! Witnesses, explain yourselves at once.
Well, the thing is, we're supposed to,
It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears.
It looks like he's about to flip the bench over.
Yeah. He just flips it over, walks up to them and just grabs him by the collar. I made it quite clear with that false witness would be... Wait. I made it clear that false witness would be the death of you, okay?
He's gonna fucking kill them himself.
Am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies?
we're so sorry, Governor. The truth is, see,
Cut it out, let me cut it out. We blabbed out, you know what it'll do to us.
He? What are they talking about? Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you.
Oh,
bruv, come on, the game's up.
but we have our guts regardless.
In case it
That's
hasn't
a-
quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out.
On the night in question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place.
Well,
Do we have to?
Yeah, you're in court.
On pain of death,
Jesus.
I suggest you make yourself fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth. My God. Hang on. I don't hear that ticking anymore.
It's like that fucking Potter Puppet tells. What
Yeah.
is that mysterious tick noise?
Yeah.
Alright, Pooh, just can go inside the cafe and weave the sign of relief when the geezer shot his mug.
give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. We thought we had it.
Christ. Okay.
For an old geezer bloke as strong as an ox, he chucked me over the counter.
Jesus.
I pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room.
We never
This is new.
had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear.
So I think he was warning Gina that she was gonna get shot by them. Probably.
Hmm.
So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop.
Well, yeah, sorry. Whoopsie.
Sorry.
Well,
We found ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably.
But others, Governor, this time,
This time we swear.
We ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well, counsel for the defense. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for.
Or so we think.
It's got Allegro, that means it's important. Hopefully.
Well, we just press them on everything, I guess.
It's 5 statements,
Again?
I think. I just gazed.
Yeah.
When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and the proprietor of the shop, Mr. Winderbank.
Who else? Sorry, I mean, that's right.
He was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously. We never thought no one was gonna come out of that back room like that.
The back room being the pawnbrokery storeroom.
Yeah, that must be where he popped up from. Only place he could have been.
So it would seem that the victim was already in the store when these brothers entered the premises.
Which means Gina Bean must have been there at that point as well.
Wow, I finally got a line after like
Yeah.
20 minutes.
But that doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Winderbank in the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you
She's
see
so
the accused
sad.
at that time?
What? More to that, couldn't tell you.
No way, Cupboard. We had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it.
Doesn't sound like him.
Give me that gun, you bellowed. I was like, it was possessed. Well, we had it.
Okay, yeah.
Hold it!
You mentioned that Mr. Winderbank shouted those words in your previous testimony too. However, you claimed that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door.
Oh, did we?
Oh my god.
Oh, did we?
Teehee,
But the truth
teehee,
is,
smiles, blinks eyes.
he was shouting
slowly.
those words at you, wasn't he?
Well, yeah.
Teehee, just a little teeny video mission, teehee.
Was the
Not a
victim,
big deal,
Mr.
Chief.
Winderbank, wielding a gun at this time?
Was he ever blind, Lummy, with that ugly barrel he had? Put it straight at me front of please.
So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Winderbank with the gun at that time, is that right?
It is, Gav, it is. Spot on.
Then all of a sudden he came out as he did.
It was bedlam, I don't know. It was going for... Who was going for who?
You were clearly all going for each other.
Like them said, we had it. I mean...
Chuck me over the counter.
Hold it!
I don't know about that.
Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too.
Well, yeah, of course we did.
We definitely
He
did.
knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull, whatnot.
You didn't knock over the skull. The skull's been there the whole time, undisturbed.
That got tangled in some marionette. Got knocked over... Was knocked over a picture frame. What knocked over them scales on the floor.
So in fact, it wasn't the sound of a gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter?
Well, big bruv here went flying over the counter like a gunshot, I can tell ya. Then the old geezer pinned him.
He did, Nummy, he did.
Right.
If you had been there, that bloke would have flattened me like a blowing pancake in seconds.
Like a short stack.
At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There's a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. That's right, when the brothers fled the scene and back into the street. They ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they?
Honest Winderbank, he did everything he could to protect his shop.
Thanks, Iris.
Yeah.
Hold it!
He legged into the back room. No, oh, that's the Winderbank, okay. Were you intending to shoot Mr. Winderbank?
No, whatever. I was just, you know.
Well, you know, the thing where you point a gun at somebody
Look at
that
that
you
for
totally
me,
don't
brother,
intend
and
to shoot.
He was being flattened, don't forget.
But I meant his
Right.
shop was being burgled, yes. And then, the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. He shoved you away, and then ran out through that door and shut himself in.
There's something about that last remark.
I find it funny that in this last case, in like every previous case, we had like we had witnesses who were like pretty much anonymously believed to be like almost completely innocent by everybody else until like the last part of the case, and then you just have these guys who are like obviously crooked right off the bat.
Yeah. Also, he just implied that he like ran into the room. Like I
Yeah.
think he got shot, and then he ran into the room, locked himself in, and then died.
Oh, you know how it is. Just that delayed death.
Something that
Happens to
doesn't
everybody.
quite. I mean, that can happen. I think, like when you have so much
Yeah, but-
adrenaline, you don't even realize you got shot.
Yeah, but didn't the autopsy report say he died like almost instantly?
Oh yeah, I think it did. Instant death due to a single bullet wound from the back. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why Mr. Winterbank ran away into the storeroom.
What?
Well, according to what everyone's saying, Gina Bean was in there waiting for him with a gun.
Ah, yes, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Winterbank's gun to threaten him and forced him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Winterbank's hands again?
He endangered a rage.
He put
I
it
have
back.
no idea. That is strange, isn't it?
Oh yeah, how he died. He got shot in the back, ran into the storeroom, put the gun in her hands, and then laid down and died.
Just a little prank.
Just a little trolling.
Look, the point is me and Bruv here.
That's right, Debbie, that's right. Me and Bruv here.
Hmm?
Hold it!
You say it had nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all.
Nothing of nothing. Now I guess we went and shot himself in the back room, didn't he?
Locked it was from the inside.
We know it was because we tried to open it.
It's a decent door, that one. Couldn't shock, wouldn't budge an inch.
So in the end, the situation remains unchanged.
Did
Inside
it?
the storeroom of the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade. Yeah, she shot him with the gun that he had at this time.
Definitely.
I would indeed appear so. What say you to that, Counsel?
I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot Mr. Windenbank?
Yeah, himself.
He shot himself in the back.
You know how it is.
Probably have to bluff here. Be like, yes.
Do the tried and true Phoenix Wright thing.
Yeah. Mr. and Mr. Tinpillar.
Call them the brothers, oh my god.
Yeah. Hey, what?
What's the look for?
From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely.
It did.
What is
Oh,
your
got new
point?
music.
Oh yeah, we can say that as he was running, like, into the storeroom, they shot him in the back, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that from the beginning when they said he turned and ran into the back of the storeroom.
Yeah.
While he was having a gun pointed at him.
The question and then they could lock it from the inside with the door on door on the door.
With the door
Probably.
on the door.
Yeah, the window on the door, because they probably could
Yeah.
reach the lock from
Yeah.
there. The question we
Could.
must answer now is who could have shot Mr. Windenbank? And it's the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all.
Oh, I'm sure it definitely wasn't the two robbers holding the gun.
Yeah, you have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question who shot the man could there be? Let's save.
Yeah. You never know.
Counsel? You must now provide answers to the court in respect of the two conundrums.
2, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe.
Just as
Indeed,
many chances to be
namely,
wrong.
from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, who was the victim at the time?
Or they could have just shot him through the window, maybe.
Was there a bullet through the window?
No, but maybe one of them like held it up.
Hmm.
That's possible, I think.
Are you alright, Ryu?
I'm not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely. So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship. Okay. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. So let's say... Can I save here? I can, okay.
Yeah.
It's even better. So let's see, let's just say somewhere around here.
Take that!
The defense believed that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. And in answer to the second question, assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where would the victim be at? Where was the victim at the time?
Is he around the door?
He was like
But I don't know
like
whether
around here when he died. Like
that was that was where his body was found.
yeah, which I believe where he would have to be standing. And my theory is that he was shot through the window in the storeroom door.
Or the door could have been open at the time.
Yeah.
And then they shut the door.
Let's. Wow, nice fucking figure. The culprit shot the victim from the outside of the storeroom. Continue. Mr. Winterbeck died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood in the storeroom door, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired? So you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Timpler brothers' earlier testimony,
I pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room.
I love this animation too.
Yeah,
If
it's
Mr.
very,
Winterbeck ran through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time. Ah! It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing. Oh, you know what? I think it could have been Gina who locked the room from the inside. Because she was afraid they would, like, come after her as well. And then she fainted.
Good point. Good point.
And maybe she took his gun from him to, like, protect herself and then fainted.
Could be. Well,
Yeah. It was precisely at that
we'll see.
moment when the victim was fleeing for his life that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Yeah!
I'm also thinking, he was shot in the back. It says it was at a, like, gently traveling, like, upper angle, so when the gun was fired, it was at a slightly lower angle.
Yeah.
So...
So it was the short one.
But the taller one was the one holding the gun.
Yeah.
That's making me scratch my head, but I'm sure we'll have something come up. Anyway.
Let's see.
Come to think of it.
Oh wait, I didn't get to read that.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
Okay. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner.
I think she's about to bring that up.
His report states that the bullet entered the body at a rising diagonal trajectory. Okay.
Yeah.
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Or just
So
being
that
like,
would point to the shorter brother being the shooter, that the taller one was the one who said he held the gun.
Mario killed everyone. Poor
Poor
man.
man. Shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety.
Ah, of course! He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even
Okay,
if the
that
bullet
too.
was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory.
So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Winterbank.
Hang on, let me read that again.
Okay, so that solves it. Yeah, he would have been leaning forward, so his back would have been at an angle,
okay,
so it would have
okay.
been.
Wow, okay, alright.
Yeah. That solves that.
I'm glad they got that out of the way so early. I'm sure my left
Yeah, so we don't have to, like, go through, like, 20 lines of dialogue before Iris is like, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure my
Think
blurred
about
friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key into the lock? Yes!
Yeah, of course.
You see,
Are we
adrenaline
gonna
works
get?
this
Are we
way.
gonna get him like bounce off the back wall and fall into the thing again? We haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, but
I want to see it again right now.
what if someone
Damn.
else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door.
I think at this point we have to say it's Gina.
Yeah, is that so?
Locked it.
Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario you just
Is it
described,
your-
the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from the outside of the storeroom. In which case, who shot and locked the storeroom door from the inside?
Did we say it first?
Nah, I'm pretty certain this is the only possibility, like the only other person in
Yeah.
the storeroom. Obviously,
Yeah.
the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
That's absurd.
That's
You're
a new
suggesting that the
animation.
accused deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Such
we ask
actions
her?
would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I am inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel? Yes, that's a tricky one, that isn't it? Half-baked doshes have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please.
But of course Gina Bean would have locked the door.
Thank you, Iris, for
There was
being
a
the
guy
one.
out there. There was a scary guy out there with a gun.
Thank you, Iris, for being the one brain cell in this courtroom.
So true.
It almost goes without saying, doesn't it?
It does?
Well, if I was Gina Bean in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they?
Oh yes,
Yep.
obviously.
Do it.
Before the two brothers arrived, Mr. Lestrade and Mr. Winterbank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at the time, but at some point, Mr. Winterbank must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? That's us, bruv. This is face.
Yeah, no shit.
If your theory is correct, it would have left the accused alone in the storeroom. Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Hit in the back by a bullet, Mr. Winterbank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. What we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment?
I see where you're going with this.
Smarter than the prosecutor, evidently.
Yeah. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Winterbank. As soon as that
killer
thought
was out
struck
there.
Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it. In order to save her own life.
Hold it!
Oh. Oh
Who's
wow,
that?
that's his voice.
But I mean, we ain't the ones who did it.
Mhm.
We ain't, you gotta believe us. I mean, come on, we never shoot no one.
Objection!
You mean the detective you also shot?
That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you've shot Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, oopsie, we forgot about that part. Whoopsie.
There's only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Tinpiller, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Winterbank's murder. Yeah, bruh.
He's still pointing. He's pointing at the fucking prosecutor.
Where does this leave us?
You mean to say it wasn't the pickpocket shit the pawnbroker at all?
Oh, the brothers, those terrifying
Gosh.
brothers. Wait, what? 3 brothers?
That was amazing, Ryu.
Oh yeah, the
'cause
detective.
Detective.
What's his
Oh my
name?
god.
Not the
Gregson.
detective. What's his name? Gregson. He's the inspector. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that they
Inspector
still
Gadget.
just call him a 3rd brother.
He hates it, but they'll call him that anyway.
All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now.
I know, first time ever, and probably the last.
Well, I think you've done it. Surely they'll have to give a verdict of not.
Oh, he's doing the anime thing.
Yeah, he's doing the anime evil laugh like
You're insane. He's gonna go crazy.
an admirable effort, my learned friend. What's this now? He's laughing?
He doesn't do that. He doesn't express humor
You
or
find the
enjoyment.
situation amusing, Lord Van Zeeks? I myself find the defense argument most persuasive.
Throw the bottle. Throw the bottle. Throw the
I
bottle.
dare say. Such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performance in your provincial eastern nation.
Barack Van Zeeks, go 5 minutes without being racist challenge.
But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here. What?
Bro inventing new words just to be more racist.
The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly credibly cannot and will not stand.
Just get to your point, you
Because, you
fucking
see,
asshole.
it contains a fatal flaw. A fatal flaw? Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing? I say,
God,
Lord
just
Van
tell
Zeeks. Might be an idea to explain this bally conjuring trick or whatever it is to the troops on the ground, hmm?
So based. Thank you.
It's like one of those people who are like, I know the counter argument, but I will not tell you. The fatal flaw in my
Figure it out,
learned
asshole.
friend's argument is really very simple to understand.
Oh, there it goes.
Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. By George, count bullets!
Oh dear.
Oh dear is right.
He noticed then.
Huh? What's everyone talking about? Counsel. Yes, sir. Tell the court, how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime? Two bullets. Correct. The first that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life, and the second that which struck the detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Uh-huh.
Indeed, the defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings.
Mm-hmm.
The bullet which injured Mr. Holmes appears to have been passed through this body to strike the calendar.
Do we know where Sherlock was hit?
Do we
I
know that there
presume it was,
wasn't
like,
another
somewhere-
gun? Your Lordship's understanding is
Yeah.
correct. Furthermore, they could have just had the same gun.
Uh-huh.
We know that there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Winterbank, and the Templar brothers' revolver. The evidence
Yeah,
shows that
2
a single
weapons.
bullet was fired from each gun. Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each. Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago
Okay, I see where this is going.
that these two brothers shot Mr. Sherlock Holmes right before your eyes. Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness! I think you'll find...
But if a single bullet was fired from the brother's gun that hit Mr. Holmes, it means...
Winterbank not shot by same gun. Stop. Only 1 bullet. Stop.
Exactly. Yes, this Nippony street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never
Being
anything more than a
racist.
divisionally trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. Ugh.
Bounce off the bench, Uranus. Okay,
Wow!
do it. Yeah! Yeah, he did it. I love that animation.
You're
like
just
a
like,
crash
do the
dummy.
thing, do the thing. Order, order, order! It's like, what crash thing?
You like crash test dummies, you know, the ones they
Oh,
put in
yeah.
cars to test the crash stability?
No.
Oh, there it goes.
Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery.
Killed like 5 people by doing that.
Lord Van Zeeks!
Given at least 2 people concussions.
But this court needs to open its eyes. The
Then he
accused,
closes
Miss
his own
Janelle
eyes.
Strad, is no ordinary little girl.
I mean, no shit.
Despite her young years, she can regrettably no longer be described as a juvenile.
She's literally 16.
No, the person in the dark is far away from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct.
Are we gonna ignore the fact that the witnesses also, like, shot somebody?
Yeah. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this
So did the other
depicts
cunts.
her threatening the
Where are
victim
you
with the
going
murder
with this?
weapon. And yeah. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present.
Oh, you present this now, do you? Okay.
That disc. I'll be taking up whatever's only gone down to the reality, thank you very much.
The threatening fish and chips.
Oh.
Oh, should I read this again?
Yeah. You don't really
Okay,
need to read too much.
Fucking...
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is, mine.
Yeah, good. I'm sorry, miss, but anything belonging to McGundle has to be taken in as evidence now.
Helicopter in the background somewhere.
What in the background?
Helicopter.
Oh.
I shouldn't say in the background, it's flying somewhere
Oh, okay.
in the city.
Yes, that music box disc. McGundle's music box disc. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Winnebank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. Good
We
gracious!
tested the that disc with the gun thing yet to check the color of the blood.
Oh yeah.
Can we do that?
Make no mistake,
game
any
gonna let us
sympathy
do
for
that?
the accused on the account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed. No crime she would not commit. The
think
court
we're going a
forgets to
little
fight
far
at its
here.
peril. I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel. As a grim testament to defend his character. Hold it.
Oh, whoa.
Oh. Lord Van Zeeks, Inspector Gregson, what? Yes, Inspector? We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service and, production service. I think that it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence.
Why is he so concerned?
What's all this about? Why is the inspector acting so strangely? It's the first time he said anything to Van Zeeks at all. I am unaware of any such meaning. But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Inspector, I am the prosecutor and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning
case,
is
okay.
noted. Thank you. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord. Indeed, bailiff.
Bailiff, whack his pee-pee.
The prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. Basedness of character.
Yeah, she's so based. He
There is
doesn't have
nothing
his
more to
cup
add.
or his. He doesn't have his cup or his bottle anymore.
Yeah.
Is it gonna reappear if he wants to throw it again?
Yeah, probably.
Just pulls another one out from under the desk.
He does that. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case.
He's still holding the fish and chips like that.
I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once and for all of 5 minutes.
Yeah, all of 5 minutes.
Oh dear, it wasn't even for 5 minutes, Ryu.
My lord!
Oh, who's that?
But if I might say something at this point. Proceed, Mr. Foreman.
Mr.
Been
Gordon
stumbling in a
Freeman.
bit of a fog up to now, if it should be told, but all of a sudden. The end is barely obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no. Very well. The court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as to defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Oh god.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
We have to do another one. Oh, he banged his head on the desk again.
You're just hoping to see that again.
I didn't notice that he did it like the very first time.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna do it every time.
We have a
Okay.
consensus among the jury, it seems.
Among Us.
God. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
That's not how it works.
Oh, that reference.
That's my line. I wrote that for Holmesy. Ah! How dare he use it against that?
What a flex. Don't worry,
Wait, how
Iris.
does he know that?
I don't think we're finished
How
yet.
does Van Zieks know that?
He's like
How
Edward
does he
with
know
the
that
Steel
line? Said it
Samurai,
verbatim.
except it's with Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
There's some more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. That Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winnebank. That's beyond any doubt.
Love his little serious face.
Yeah, he's like, very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day.
I love how he just says that we're gonna do it.
Yeah, just like a few
He
months
accepts it.
ago, or even like 2
It was
weeks
like
ago.
unheard of, and now he's like, well, we're doing it again.
Oh, second one for the road, ain't we? We're eating good tonight, lads, aren't we? Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready? There, that squadron is primed and ready for action, sir. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain at one grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty. My lord.
You're telling me.
Once our goal, always our guide say, Different breed to us law-abiding citizens.
Harsh.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted.
You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth, yeah? Every way you look at it, it was that pickpocket.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
Oh god.
The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It would seem there is little remaining room for doubt. I have to admit, I was a bit rather bowled over by that argument put forward by the chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I'd jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more. Ugh, the whole courtroom is turning against me. They're all bullying me.
It's not fair.
Iris?
That prosecutor's being mean. just because Gina Bean's done something she shouldn't have done in the past. That doesn't make her a murderer.
Oh yeah, he made another bottle so
Yeah.
he could throw it.
Yeah.
Kind of him.
Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter.
Damn.
Here's to the truth coming out, eventually. That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the summation examination. The pog one.
I've missed that animation too.
Yes, my lord.
He's silly.
Yeah. He's so animated.
Oh my god. Them behind him.
Yeah.
Hold it!
There's a few I wanna press. I think like 2 or
Yeah.
3. Just because Miss Lestrade has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder. Is that what you're saying? Ah, well. Are all members of the British Army so quick to judge? I beg your pardon. Are you mocking Her Majesty's Armed Forces, the greatest military organization in the world?
Yes.
Yes. No, I'm simply illustrating my point. Making assumptions about people because they're a soldier or pickpocket is wrong and dangerous. Well, yes, might have a point there, I suppose. But let's not forget that the girl had already shown she had it in her from before. She's clearly a criminal sword through and through, can't deny it. When you say that she'd shown she had it in her, are you referring to this? Exactly, tried to swipe that only a day earlier, Or am I mistaken? Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that.
We do a little lying.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen the real thing. I can't wait to have a closer look at it.
Oh wait, can we actually?
Can we?
Let's see
We can.
if we can do the thing on it.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the court.
Oh, Ryu, look. This is blood.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
Aha, then it's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever.
Let me just point this
Okay,
gun
yeah,
at the evidence in the middle of the courtroom.
Alright, hold still with that disc, Ryu.
Can we get this done quickly, Iris?
In a flash.
It's a good thing we're in the examination void, no one
Yeah.
will see it.
Alright, let's see it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Green. Sherlock's.
wait.
Ooh, a lovely bright shade again.
But that wasn't Sherlock who was holding this.
No.
Wait, that color.
What is it?
It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it?
Okay. Can we look at the...
Yeah.
Let's see.
Green.
Alright, green. Green. So...
And
It's probably Sherlock's.
but he didn't hold the disc.
So how'd that get there?
Oh yes, of course.
Okay, now it's...
Mr. Holmes did use his caramel bars to make a copy of the disc, didn't he? And then ordered
He has
every
to do
kind
that
of music
pose at
box
us.
he could find from across Europe.
Of course.
We still don't know what tune it plays though, do we? But I'd love to see how the original compares to Holmes's copy.
The gondol's disc. Could it be a clue somehow? Perhaps we should examine it in more detail.
Which we just did.
Yeah.
Hold it!
Is the number of bullets that has you convinced?
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlourmaid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
Well, that's logical, I suppose.
Although,
Yes?
sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like the fine china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
So, I suppose, if there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position. Okay.
A third bullet somewhere on the scene. Could that be
Third
possible?
bullet. I can prove it. What would we prove it with, though?
I think we should go back to this later, maybe. Unfortunately, only 2 bullets were discovered by the police during their investigation.
Yes, I know.
Right.
And I don't imagine the good men of Scotland Yard would have overlooked anything. If I missed a bullet while I was cleaning his lordship's office, well, I should receive a sound scolding, I don't doubt.
He should receive a visit from the police, perhaps. It sounds like a crime scene to me.
Yeah, I think there's more pressing things than you not finding the blood.
Yeah.
A third bullet.
It'd completely turn things around if there was one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if there was one.
Do you think we might find one lying around somewhere?
No.
Hmm.
Hold it!
So if I've understood correctly, you need two pictures, a left eye one and a slightly different right eye one.
Exactly, and when you see the seeded 3 dimensions, like this?
So if I had two bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them.
I think you'll find that no matter how much you squint, the truth of the situation always looks the same here. The only person who could have shot the victim is that girl in the dock.
How can you be so sure of that?
Think about it, the Templar brothers shot the great detective, didn't they?
Yes, that's been mentioned once or twice.
Well then, surely it's coming into focus now, isn't it?
This is a waste of time. Wait, maybe we can press the surgeon and ask him if he found the bullet?
Oh,
Because then the
is he the
calendar
one
has
that
a bullet
operated-
lodged into it.
Right.
I'm not going to change this man's mind anytime soon. That's probably what's going to happen. I think.
God, I hope not.
Hold it!
Oh boy, I have to do his voice. Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir?
Or so you think.
The defendant's life is on the line here.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I guess. I couldn't really say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
There's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
What?
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 What the fuck?
I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on...
What was the fellow's name now? Herlick? No, Herlock.
Oh no!
Sherlock Holmes by any chance?
Yes,
Oh,
good lord!
I just peeked the mic so bad.
It was that Herlock fellow!
What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Holmes?
That's right, using the latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell you.
This is crazy.
Bullet in him?
Let me see, the fellow was brought in not long after the midnight. If I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his inside with a fine-tooth comb, and I couldn't find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up.
What?
This is awful.
I
This is awful.
I hate to state the obvious, but
Yes,
surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting. The counsel for the defense is correct. As is clearly shown in this photographic print. The bullet that the Templar brothers fired at Mr. Holmes hit him in the stomach region.
I hope it
Then
didn't actually hit him in any of his vital organs, because I mean, actually, he would probably be dead by now if that was what happened.
Yeah. Then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally.
who do you think I am, son?
Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do.
As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over.
Like a pancake?
there
Are you
no
saying that
exit
you
wound?
checked his back?
Of course I did, and there was no trace of injury. No sign that the bullet had left the body at all.
Was he
Oh, so
shot?
there's no exit wound.
Was he shot at all? Or was he just fucking around?
You never know.
What?
Okay, so there was no exit wound.
That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet is still somewhere in the man's innards. Which is exactly why I said about slicing him up. I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery?
It's almost as much of a mystery as to how this jury was put together.
There's only like 5 people in Great Britain at this time.
I
Can
think
we
I
press
can
that again?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hold it!
Mr. Holmes' surgeon is on the jury. I've experienced some coincidences recently, but this is ridiculous.
I'm as surprised as anyone.
But there's no question that Mr. Holmes was shot.
Well, that's what the police told me when they brought him in.
Oh my god.
How bad were his injuries, Doctor?
So now, like, not only was he not shot, but now he may have a scalpel inside him.
Wasn't a bad
Jesus
way. He's lost a
Christ.
huge amount of blood, you know. I suspect he was shot at close range, too. Because his skin was badly burnt around the point of entry.
Badly burnt. What?
Burnt?
As I said, I flipped the fellow over and examined his back, but there was no sign of an exit wound. Which is why I thought I'd better locate the lug and pop it out.
And yet you say you found no bullet inside the patient.
Well, I wouldn't have done that, would I? Because it's the wall of the pawnbrokers. But how did it get there? I need someone to solve this mystery before it drives me to insanity.
Me
There only
too,
were some
dude, me
expert in
too.
ballistic who could help, even if he looked extremely untrustworthy.
Okay, now it's obvious. Yeah, who could it be? So we have a disappearing bullet on our hands. I'll just press everything just for the sake of getting the dialogue.
Yeah.
Hold it!
This might also just lead to something as well. What do you mean you're in for a busy day?
Oh, you know how it is. Forgot to say, stop. Do excuse me, stop. I am a communications officer, stop.
A communications officer? Does that have something to do with sending telegrams?
What she's been doing all the time. Everything from personal messages written by members of the public to the latest news in the capital. I convert all the messages into Morse code and tap it out to the entire world electronically.
To the entire world?
Thousands of miles of cable under the sea, stop. Worldwide communication network, stop. Information transmitted to and from all corners of globe, stop.
Ah, yes. She was getting equally worked up about radio waves or like before, wasn't she?
I specialize in communicating information from government departments and newspaper offices.
I see.
I'm sure I shall have to wire the newspaper reports of today's guilty verdicts later. So, no sleep for me tonight, I imagine.
Let's just finish the trial first, shall we? Alright, and now he...
Hold it!
I thought you were just a tourist?
The mouse reading through the pages within.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
There's no he's just a visiting tourist.
A visiting,
visiting
tourist.
So you're a ballistic expert? Who knew?
I have much experience with guns.
Ah,
I have lived through many, how do you say, extreme, violent bath of, blood of,
Extreme violent bloodbaths, perhaps.
those extreme violent bloodbaths. English is a very difficult tongue.
He's not wrong.
considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue.
Jesus.
Anyway, if you have questions about bullets and guns, you ask me.
Oh,
There
there
is
we
nothing
go.
I do not know, no mystery I cannot solve.
He's very confident in
Being
his knowledge of
really
guns.
ham-fisted with that one.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But, if possible, please only in the Russian language.
Oh, thanks.
He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he?
No, still, we should bear it in mind. He's our man. If there's a mystery about guns and bullets, what could the mystery be? Banzix has managed to convince everyone.
When you have eliminated the impossible, he said, but he hasn't.
If we're going to fight back, we need more material. And we have to fight back. We have to turn this trial around again. Alright.
Probably want to.
Objection.
him and the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other.
That's a good one.
Oh, I'm ballistic experts. A ballistics expert.
Pitting. P-I-T-T.
On the night in question, Mr. Holmes was shot by one of the Tin Pillar brothers. I love how just like the contradiction is that I don't have to just pin them against each other.
Yeah, you can just help. You can have them help each other.
Yeah. There was no sign of the exit wound on his back. We must assume that the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Holmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Holmes was shot. Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Dimitri. Pleased to meet you.
This apparent contradiction in the facts is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery?
No. I have seen a very similar situation in Motherland. It was night, there was blizzard, I was running away from along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly. The snow was piling high on both sides of the road, it was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles and they were on dog sleds.
Mental note, don't ask too many questions.
I was shot from behind and I fell down in snow. And the situation was very similar to what I hear today from Doctor. From Doctor! They could not find bullet in my body. And no sign of, how do you say, exit wound.
Where did the bullet go?
Bullet never hit me.
Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
I'm gonna assume it's... Oh, okay.
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looks just like a bullet wound.
Good gracious!
Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me. And that is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet.
But that doesn't answer the question at all.
Yeah, there was no ice.
The shooting happened in a pawnbroker's shop. Not some snowy mountain in another country.
I'm gonna assume what happened is he was shot, or no, they shot at him very close range. It, like, glanced him and, like, left a wound, but didn't pass through him or go in him. But I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Something broke off and then melted. Maybe it was his caramel.
Oh, the lamp!
The
Remember
lamp?
the lamp?
Maybe.
Maybe the lamp could have had something to do with it?
Maybe the lamp caught him? I don't know. Just an
Did they
idea, but
find,
we
like,
might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here.
If it was the lamp, like a shard of glass from the lamp, it wouldn't have, like... Wouldn't they find glass in his body? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ryu. Where exactly was Holmesy shot again?
Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think.
Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt.
Oh my god, really?
Pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that.
Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that
Really? Why? Why does he need those?
You know, he's quirky. What? Really?
That could explain the burn.
Doctor, where's the pouch Mr. Holmes was wearing?
Well,
I left it in
nothing
by
like that on
accident,
his
maybe.
person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember.
If I may. Lord Van
You may
Zieks? While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a submission examination, I should inform the defense that I have
Do
the
it
pouch
anyway.
in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom.
Oh, okay.
Sorry?
That's actually helpful.
Yeah. As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Holmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
Ah, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
Since then, it had been in my safekeeping along with all the other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Ah, you're actually helpful for once.
He's actually being helpful, yeah.
Very well. While extremely unconventional doing a summation examination, I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed.
Bring forth Mr. Sherlock Holmes's pouch.
Bring it.
I see. One is missing, or one is
Oh,
shattered.
yeah, one's broken.
So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Holmes on the night in question, is it? Look at that. One of the files is broken and the letter around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded. Exploded! So, that night, the bullet wound from the Templar Brothers' gun struck Mr. Holmes's pouch. And it was the glass file exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
This bullet did not penetrate the victim, but it deflected into a wall of shop.
I would explain the weird angle. I was thinking, how, if it shot him in the stomach, how did it end up like that high on the wall, like head height?
A delightfully complex aroma. It would appear one mystery had been solved, at least. Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case.
Oh, does it now?
The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered. Ugh.
But at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you,
the
young
priority
man.
here. He is not young.
Duh. Thank you very much.
Glad I could help.
Oh.
Scruffy pouch as evidence.
Holmes's pouch isn't scruffy.
I didn't actually read that. Due to bearing on it, the conundrum just solved. The court will request the scruffy pouch as evidence.
It should say scruffy pouch in the court
Yeah.
record.
Now the summation examination. It would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion,
Shut up.
Examine this. This file has been smashed to pieces. Presumably this
can
is
see the
where the
bullet
bullet
hole.
struck.
As soon as the bullet hit the chemical in that file, there would have been a really big explosion.
A big explosion?
Well, Holmes's pouches and chemicals are amazingly useful for the investigation work he does.
I'm sure.
But they're also quite tricky to handle. Safely, at least. They're very dangerous.
Oh.
I'm sure that when this file broke, the chemical inside would have ignited.
Note to self, always walk on the right hand side of Holmes in the future. The left is the danger zone.
Can we
Examine
investigate
these.
the other ones?
These glass files are full of Holmes's homemade potions.
Homemade?
Yeah, like fingerprint powder to show up where people have touched things.
Those look like powder.
And scent amplifying solution to intensify a smell lingering on an object.
I try smell.
Why would you want this?
That's amazing.
Beef.
I smell like beef.
They're all very easy to use, there's just one thing you have to be careful of. They're all very flammable.
Oh,
Oh, good to know.
Mr. Holmes is a walking bomb. Either he's passionate about finding out the truth or just oblivious to the dangers.
He just doesn't care.
Let's see the... There's
Can we
wait.
bullet hole? Oh, there's the bullet in there. Look, 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 look.
Whoa.
There's a bullet in there.
Oh my
see?
fucking god. Okay. Oh wait, it's...
We missed.
You missed
Oh,
it.
good thing we don't have. You have to get the angle. Yeah, there you go.
Are you... Okay.
Maybe we have to angle it through the bullet hole.
Oh my god. Okay.
Something like
Hitboxes.
that. Yeah, there you go. Right there.
Oh, there it is. It's really scorched badly
Yep.
just here.
the strap is broken, look.
This must be where the bullet hit then.
Let me see.
Well, there's our third bullet.
Also,
Oh, now we can investigate it. Okay. We had to open the strap first.
and no one in the police like saw this. Also, doesn't this here look like another hole? Or it's just like a
Can we,
I
can
don't
we
know.
turn it?
I can't examine it,
Damn.
but
Can we-
let's do
Can we
it.
turn it around? Let's
Yeah.
just do the bullet.
What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was, do you see it?
That's the Tin Pillar Brothers bullet.
What a stroke of luck that it hit this pouch.
What a stroke of luck that he's insane.
This is an amazing discovery.
There's our
this-
third bullet.
What this means is, there were 3 bullets fired at the window banks that night.
We found exactly what that Joe was talking about. The third bullet.
It's time to press that juror again, I think.
Who said that? Oh,
It was
the
the maid.
the maid. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just called the third bullet.
how lucky. Yeah, it's like...
Oh, we
a-
can turn it around. Okay, it's torn at the back, I guess, from the
Yeah.
explosion.
Oh look, there's a hole here at the back. Doesn't look like much like a bullet hole, but clearly something's ripped through the leather with great force. Probably a shard of glass then. Oh my god, okay, I'm sorry. Yes, it looks
It's
that
fine.
way. I just clicked and it just auto-skipped.
It's
Mr. Holmes
fine.
and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they? Okay, let's see if I can look into
Cool.
the history. Something must have pierced it somehow to left his
Yeah.
hole behind. Yeah, okay. Please, my lord, a little more time. Well, that's a
We
new
just
piece of
found the
evidence.
third bullet.
Could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryusuke. There's still
Yeah,
a way
no
to turn
shit.
this around, somehow. I'm sure of it.
We already know.
Yeah.
We already know. Oh.
And he said... Yeah, it's this one.
Hold it!
Can we
Okay.
present? There we go.
Yep. Allow me to show you then the third bullet.
The third bullet.
Here it is.
He's
We
so
discovered it
confident.
just now. Yes, on the night in question, the Winterbank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
Oh,
Oh,
that's
jeez.
new. What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer?
Yeah, I put the bullet there myself, Venzik. Shut the fuck up.
Where did you find that bullet? It was lodged inside Mr. Holmes's pouch. What? This pouch was removed from around Mr. Holmes's waist when he was taken to the hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one. Do you mean that to say? The shot fired by the Templar brothers that night? Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit his pouch. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know that the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Holmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print.
Look at this
Ah.
photograph.
Look at this print. 2 guns from the scene have already been submitted to the court record as evidence. Yes, that of Winterbank, and that belonging to the Templar brothers. An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each.
Ah. But that must mean...
That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Angry German kid.
Oh! Oh my god.
Order,
He's having a heart
order,
attack.
order. Yeah, too much wine.
He has a heart attack from being wrong. Being proven wrong. He's like Edgeworth.
It's criticized
He's like
once,
Edgeworth
fucking
and Von
guys.
Karma.
Yeah. While the summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. This is my prerogative in this situation. I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. Okay, this is new.
Yeah.
By Jupiter! What? Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, okay. I'm so sick of seeing them.
Yeah.
Witnesses? Governor! Were you listening to the proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination?
No, lol.
Yes, Governor, it was. Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
I'll make of it, Gov. I don't make nothing of it of nothing if I can help it.
Is it one of yours? Well... God blimey, Gov, God blimey, not a chance! In that
One thing
case,
I did notice also is the bullet they found in the calendar, it looks different from the one we found in the pouch. I think the one in the calendar was bigger.
Yeah. In that case, did you have an accomplice?
Can we look at the picture of the one in the calendar?
Yeah, okay. Only through here, I think. It looks large.
Okay, we can't really see it.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten this bullet as evidence.
No. It looks a bit of a different color though, now that I think of it. That one's silver. The third bullet we found is kind of bronze. Maybe it could just be lighting. Could just be lighting.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the tip is blunted. Look, turn it around. Look at the tip.
Yeah, but you know, that's probably because it
Oh,
hit
yeah,
something
we got
hard.
melted.
There's a bit of blood on it as well. Or is it scorched?
Oh, can we spray it?
This is the bullet that was fired from the Templar Brothers' gun on the night of the incident.
Yes, so it turns out it never actually entered Holmes's body at all.
Thanks to the thick leather of that pouch he was wearing, it saved him.
Holmes's always lucky like that.
Well, considering what he had to go through in the hospital, I wonder how lucky he really was.
Oh dear, poor Holmesy.
I guess we're not...
I guess that's not blood, but
I guess-
more like scorching.
Well, this is really annoying because we could kind of clear things up if we had the, blood analyzer thing to use on him, but we can't.
Yeah.
We don't have... It's not gonna let us, use it on the pouch or the bullet, and he's not here.
Yeah.
Never. The Templar brothers work alone.
It's just the two of us. That's our trademark.
Just
How
the
soon
two
we
of
forget
us.
poor Sulky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about the fucking, inspector?
Yeah.
Or investigate.
Only
inspector,
two
yeah.
of the bullets from this crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Lummy, that's a head scratcher.
Uh-huh.
Counsel for the defense. Yes? I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The third bullet, the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came. Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear that this third bullet tells us about the Templar brothers. Nothing to do with them.
Should we save first? Because I feel
Yeah.
like that they had another gun is the most likely one.
I think it's the accomplice, because at one point they said, they can't talk because someone will do something to them.
A good point. We'll find out. We'll find out.
I'll try this, maybe.
Yeah. Try that first.
On that night at Winterbank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice. But the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present, someone carrying a gun.
Objection!
Is he gonna throw it again?
An accomplice, you say? Pig's will.
Yeesh.
These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 submission examinations.
Oh
Yet in
no,
all that
the
time
laws of the
there had been not a
courtroom.
murmur of a third man. If this apparently wraith-like being exists, the court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed. Ah,
He must have some heavy-duty gloves for him to crush the fucking cup in his hands and
yeah.
not
The
stain
prosecution
them.
demands answers
Or
on
cup
2
them.
counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of the spurious character. The Clare brothers are lying. I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding? Well, counsel,
Skill issue.
I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal the person's identity even. Oh, I think I remember who it was.
Uh-oh. Should we save again?
I can save, even if I...
We didn't
Well,
save
I'll
like
save,
that long ago.
I'll save next time I get it wrong.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands. So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say.
Sheesh.
This promises to be interesting. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me, even if it will make a difference. If it will make a difference. Bleh. In that case, counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third murder present at the scene? We have this, that is green, and this disc, that is also stained green.
That was stained before we had anything.
Yeah,
Before the murder took place, though.
yeah.
Take that!
But their blood...
The evidence is right here, in this portfolio. By Jove, this portfolio again, is it? Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific.
Yeah, smile.
You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder? Well, which one is it?
I assume that one.
Yeah.
Take that!
What am I looking at here? This appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's a bloodstain, Your Honor. A bloodstain? Green
Face
blood.
palm, these Nipponese.
Curious, even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature? It's something developed by Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
By the great detective!
New invention. Stop. Not yet appeared in stories. Stop.
She's breaking that thing now.
It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its colour.
Different elements of people's blood.
Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So, by seeing what colour it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
Oh, that brings a whole new extra dimension out to looking at blood.
When do you look at blood, Ricky?
Pock of blood in courtroom. Stop. Very exciting. Stop.
As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windenbank. Ah, a striking blue. Yes, so you see the green color of this blood stain on the calendar shows us that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. One thing I'm concerned about is whether the court is going to accept this.
Yeah.
Now hold fire there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it?
No,
Well,
it's
there
not
was that
unrelated.
wasn't there before when we were in the shop the day before.
Yeah,
So no.
it's already like stamped on
How many-
with the date of the murder.
Yeah. That too. That's probably why they did that. That's probably why they put it there.
Yeah, the date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windenbank was killed. By golly! Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day. Whose blood is it? Well, the Templar brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else, the third intruder in fact.
Objection!
Whose identity is the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
Oh god.
By a process of elimination.
Well, there's only like a few people it could be, but I guess there's a reason Egg Benedict is in the list.
Yeah, and remember that
You want to save
he
here?
cut himself on the disc.
Could be. Wasn't he trying to get that jacket?
Yeah,
Wasn't he trying to get the jacket?
the man's name is Egg Benedict.
What's
Egg
the name?
Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about, Council? He paid a visit to Winterbank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place. When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession. That's right. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Egg Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. Oh god, what was his voice like?
He was like Spy TF2.
He was like shitty French.
Yeah.
Okay.
There'll be a quartier pounder with cheese.
Yeah, I'll do that voice for her.
Oh, yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief had just redeemed an article from you, no?
Great.
Yes, sir. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Quartel pounder with cheese.
Now, that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say... Any music
Does he
box
have
discs
that
too.
pose?
Yeah.
Okay, he was specifically after that music box disc.
Inspector Gregson was
I
there at the
wonder
time
why.
and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Well, yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interests of being thorough, I asked Winterbank for a print showing the fellow.
Oh. Okay.
Taken from one of his red-handed recorder Gibbonses.
Gubbinses.
Gibbonses.
Yeah.
Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Winterbank that morning. And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice? Well, Mr. and Mr. Tenpillar?
Never seen the Gazoo before in my life.
All my life, never seen him. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion.
No shit.
I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nepalese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Yes, and I can.
Then show us the evidence.
Well, we got the music disc, don't we?
Yeah.
I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah, this is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Wow.
Jesus.
Are you ready to present your answer to the court and counsel? Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet. Save.
It's gotta be the music disc, but you know,
Yeah.
just in case.
We have it, okay.
Take that!
Okay, music stopped.
Yep.
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Winterbanks. Which is when the aforementioned Egg Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. Was following this that a minor incident occurred?
Minor.
But of course, sir, here's the disc for you.
I keep giving it a different voice every time.
It's fine.
Very well. He's
Oh,
just-
the shoulder
it's
was
ripped.
I just noticed.
Yeah.
I think we pointed that out when
Then
we
I
first
shall
saw
bid
it,
you
but-
farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute, that disc is mine.
Oh, Jesus.
Ugh! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Ooh, okay.
Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface.
Oh, yeah.
Those protrusions caused
Okay.
Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. And the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now. Goodness, a bloodstain, is it? My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom.
Using my trusty fogger gun.
Yes,
Okay, that's handy.
and we had added the results to this portfolio. I say!
It's green.
Oh, that's the,
Who's your number 5? Oh, yeah, the telegram
the
lady,
telegram,
right?
yeah.
It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar.
The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Egg Benedict, who was in Mr. Winterbank's earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night.
That's new music.
So there was someone else here. Those two brothers
Look at
now, they're
those two
sweating
brothers
buckets.
now.
That's
Oi, what are you talking about? It's boiling in here.
me. That's me right now.
Yeah. My lord, it's the opinion of the defense that Mr. Egg Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify.
Good luck finding him.
It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
Oh my god.
This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. He's just gonna be like, I don't accept this evidence. Sherlock Holmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. Protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such.
So he's not a secret
Iris is
fanboy.
gonna kill him. And I employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court of the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be even called evidence.
Really?
So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you
You like
successfully
Twitter people
proving
when they
that
get
no
called
other
out.
blood in the world would turn the same color.
Oh, what? You want us to analyze every person's blood in the world?
Ah, well...
Christ.
And pray do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Holmes's word for it. Ugh. He's a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that. Oh no.
Oh.
I knew it would come to this. Of course, Mr. Holmes's invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice do I have?
Hi, Maggie.
God.
I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before as she referring to the judge.
Or maybe the surgeon.
What, Maggie? About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
referring to the judge.
Ah,
In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
good grief. What did you just say, young girl?
And in a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it?
Just a fucking loophole. Okay.
Maggie came in, meowed really sadly, and then left.
So, the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Holmesy's invention. At least, not for now.
Yes, she's right. Young lady, you have quite a devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Ryu. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable. Mr. Holmes's partner is a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
Iris Watson, sharpshooter.
She's so silly.
After that short precis of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd.
Cry about it.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings on this matter. I can't even be racist towards her. As proud
Good
citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
So then, state your final
Wait,
decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not
Damn.
guilty. Not guilty.
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 Not guilty.
Wow.
Damn. What the hell?
It's the first time we've seen it be, like, inconclusive.
Yeah.
2 call guilty and 4 call not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
Shut up.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage.
I'll
The
cry about it.
prosecution refuses to accept this decision.
On what grounds?
Exactly. Wow. Perfectly timed.
Okay.
If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then
Shut
they are
up.
too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. I'm sorry, Lord Van
It is.
Zix, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue.
Shut down. Shut him down, dude.
It's like, oh. It's like, oh no,
Oh
you
my
have defeated
God.
me in strip poker.
Wow.
I shall have to take off this shirt now.
I mean, he
Nevertheless,
throws
we
off the
find,
cape as soon as he gets
Yeah.
angry.
we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested a subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
Of
What?
course.
The name of the gentleman gave for himself, Egg Benedict, is quite clearly false. No one in the series
gave
has
that
names like
away.
that. I don't believe it. Yeah, the same series that has Dead Man as a name.
Yeah.
I just when I managed to
know how
prove
it is.
that the man was there that night. That's
Oh.
Oh, I think
Who's
that's
that?
Gina. Maybe.
Could I say something?
Who was that, please? Who spoke? Because I heard the speaking was high pitched. Oh, that's
Yeah.
her. Okay.
Oh, it's her.
It was me, my lord.
Juror number 5. What have you to say, madam? If possible. Oh.
If possible, Inspector.
Hey, me, ma'am.
I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again, the one in which the gentleman is shown.
Ah, right, yes, this one you mean, of Mr. Benedict?
Yes. There's no doubt in my mind.
Also, I just realized that fucking Egg Benedict reminds me of like Kira from JoJo.
Oh yeah.
Like after
Yeah, I see it.
he has the second body.
Yeah, yeah.
Juror number 5, you don't mean to say you know this man?
Yes, I know him.
What? No. Good gracious! Oh my
That's
god.
good.
Order! Juror number 5, how on earth?
I am a communications officer. Stop.
As we can clearly see.
The gentleman in the photograph is... Stop. Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop.
Wow.
Shit.
But I
okay.
just realized that her eyes are sparkling when she's doing that.
Yeah. A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop.
This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right.
I suppose we all imagined the accomplice would be some kind of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out that he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong. If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Zieks, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangements with all haste. As your lordship
jeez.
bids.
He may be an annoying prosecutor, but he's a bootlicker first and foremost.
Yeah. The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord. I should like to hear from you specifically about the events at the pawnbroker in the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m.
Does it pause here?
I hope. Okay.
Yep. To be continued. Should we stop here then?
I guess so.
It's been just under 3 hours.
I'm guessing
So
that
I think it's like
this is
a
like
good time to stop.
probably the second last.
Hopefully. I assume like once we get the Egg Benedict guy, it should be like close to finishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Options. Okay.
It feels hard to believe that it's like just noon
Oh my god.
in like the actual
Yeah.
game when it's been taking so long.
Yeah. We did save, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, but that's gonna be it for this episode. I think we're like in the semi-final part now, or even like the final part of the court, probably.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. So thank you for watching, and hopefully the next part will be the last.
We'll
I'm not
see.
sure yet,
Fingers
but
crossed and all that.
Yeah. But thank you for watching, and have a good night or day. Bye bye.
Good night.